I have always said blacks, and this goes back a long time, blacks deserve collectively affirmative action, given how much affirmative action was in fact applied against blacks in American history. However, that blacks collectively may deserve it doesn't mean it is good for Black Americans or any group to have any affirmative action. And my reason has always been the same, and it is 100% valid, if one could say that about one's own reason. The moment race-based or any other basis of affirmative action, anything other than merit, is used to hire people, people will assume when they meet that person, they didn't get hired because they're great. It is so humiliating to be thought of as having gotten where you got, not because you're excellent, but because of some immutable characteristic like skin color. Okay. People who advocate affirmative action based on a race or sex or any other immutable characteristic, either they don't think clearly, which is almost definitional, or they don't care about the harm they are doing because they have some other motive in mind. Political power, because, for example, hey, I'm for affirmative action, vote for me. And so women and racial minorities might think, oh, you're terrific, you're on our side. They're not on your side. That's the point. Anyone who is for affirmative action is not on your side. You are being hurt by it. United Airlines, the CEO, is one of the most destructive men in America. He is almost crazed on this matter. He says that half of the positions in the United Airlines flight school will be reserved for women and people of color. Now, how will people start looking at United pilots? I fly virtually every week of the year. I have flown with black pilots, with women pilots, with you name it, and I couldn't care less. I sleep through takeoff no matter who's my pilot. Because I assume if you're in that cockpit, flight deck, if you will, you really know what you're doing. I assume that you were hired because you're excellent, not because you're female, not because you're black, but because you're excellent. Now I won't. I'm telling you in advance. On United Airlines, starting a few years from now, I will not assume that if you are a woman or a black, you were hired because you're excellent. You might have been, but I will not make that assumption.